At just 19 years old, Amina made a decision that shocked everyone around her. While still in university, she decided to get married. Her parents said it would ruin her future. Her relatives said she would drop out of school. Her friends said she was making the biggest mistake of her life. But Amina believed something different. She believed that marriage and education could exist together. What happened next proved something powerful about determination, discipline, and believing in yourself. Amina Yusuf grew up in a quiet home in Kaduna with her parents and 3 younger siblings. Her father, Malam Yusuf, was a strict secondary school teacher who believed strongly in education. To him, school was not just important, it was everything. He often told his children, "Education is the one thing nobody can take away from you." Because of that belief, he worked hard to make sure all his children went to good schools. But among them all, Amina stood out the most. From a young age, she loved books. While other children were outside playing, Amina spent hours reading and asking questions about the world. Her teachers admired her curiosity, and her parents were proud of her discipline. Everyone believed she had a bright future ahead. And when she was admitted into the university at just 18 years old, her father felt like his sacrifices had paid off. But life has a way of introducing unexpected turns. And for Amina, that turn came during her first year in university. It happened on a quiet afternoon in the university library. Amina was trying to reach a book on the top shelf, but she couldn't quite get it. Just then, someone gently took the book and handed it to her. "Here you go," he said. Amina looked up and saw a tall, calm young man. His name was Ahmad. He was a final-year engineering student, known for being focused and disciplined. Their first conversation lasted less than a minute. But sometimes, life-changing stories begin with very small moments. Over the next few months, they kept seeing each other around campus. In the library, near lecture halls, and sometimes in the cafeteria. Simple greetings slowly turned into longer conversations. They talked about school, their dreams, and their families. But what stood out the most to Amina was Ahmad's mindset. One day, he told her something she would never forget. Over the next few months, they kept seeing each other around campus. In the library, near lecture halls, and sometimes in the cafeteria. Simple greetings slowly turned into longer conversations. They talked about school, their dreams, and their families. But what stood out the most to Amina was Ahmad's mindset. One day, he told her something she would never forget. "You are very intelligent. Never allow anything to stop you from becoming the woman you are meant to be." Those words stayed with her. "You are very intelligent. Never allow anything to stop you from becoming the woman you are meant to be." Those words stayed with her. A few months later, Ahmad asked Amina to meet him under a mango tree on campus. It was a quiet and peaceful place. But that day he had something serious to say. He looked at her and said, "I want to marry you." Amina was shocked. Marriage at 19. While still in school. Her heart raced with confusion. But Ahmad added something that changed everything. "You must continue your education. I will never ask you to stop studying." Those words meant everything to her. For the first time, she felt like maybe her 2 dreams didn't have to compete. Maybe she could build a family and still build her future. But there was still one big problem. Her parents. One evening, Amina gathered the courage to speak to them. Her father was sitting in the living room reading, while her mother worked beside him. She said, "There is someone who wants to marry me." The room went silent. Her father looked at her and said, "You are 19. You are still in university. Why are we having this conversation?" Amina replied, "Because I believe I can get married and still finish school." Her father immediately disagreed. He told her marriage would distract her and that she needed to focus on her education. Her mother also expressed concern about the responsibilities that come with marriage. But Amina stayed calm. She said she believed determination could make it possible. Still, her parents were not convinced. A week later, Ahmad came to their home with his parents. They introduced themselves respectfully. Ahmad's father explained that they admired Amina and supported her education. Ahmad also spoke with humility and assured them that Amina would complete her studies. Her father listened carefully. After thinking deeply for several days, he finally spoke to Amina. He said, "If I allow this marriage, you must promise me you will never abandon your education." Without hesitation, Amina agreed. And with that he gave his blessing. The wedding was simple but beautiful. But many people doubted her. They said she would drop out. They said she was too young. They said she would fail. But Amina ignored them. Because she had made a promise. To her father, to herself, and to her future. Soon reality set in. Balancing marriage and university was not easy. There were nights she stayed up studying while others slept. Mornings she handled responsibilities before going to lectures. There were moments of exhaustion and doubt. But she refused to give up. 4 years later, the graduation hall was filled with students and families. Her parents were seated among the crowd. Then her name was called. Amina Yusuf, first-class honors. For a moment, her father couldn't believe it. The same daughter everyone said would fail had graduated at the top of her class. He stood up with tears in his eyes and applauded her. In that moment he understood something important. His daughter had not been stubborn. She had been determined. Amina's story teaches a powerful lesson. Sometimes people will tell you your dreams are impossible. Not because they hate you but because they are afraid for you. But if you have discipline, focus, and determination, you can create your own path. Because success is not always about choosing between two dreams. Sometimes it is about having the courage to chase both.